Okay, I'm in a hotel room in Ulsan, Korea. It's the Lotte City Hotel. And it's 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, jet lag being what it is. So I'm going to make myself a latte, and I'm going to show you all the goodies I bring along with me on my trip to support my coffee habit. So this little gadget here, my brother Don turned me on to it. It's a compresso made by a company called, I think, Cellophane. Yeah, there's something written on the bottom here, I believe. In fact, they wrote it backwards so that when you, this is a measuring cup you use to measure your ground coffee, and you use the bottom of it to compress the coffee, and they got clever and put their name in it backwards so that it, I don't know, marketing guys, you know. So I'll show you how this thing works in a minute. I also brought along an Aero Latte, this goofy one that looks like a Holstein cow, for whipping the milk. The room comes with a teapot, electric one. I'll get that one started. So it gets the, I've already filled it with water. Got a empty Ziploc bag for heating my milk. Some sugar that I've picked up along my travels. I never buy sugar. Some people never buy those little pink synthetic sweeteners. This is my coffee. I ground it at home. I've already gone through about half of it. I'm going to have to slow down. My trip got extended. I didn't bring a coffee grinder with me. A little bit of cinnamon, another sugar packet. I bring along some powdered whole milk that actually has some cream in it. It is powdered cream. I get it on Amazon. I'm surprised the dogs at the airport haven't picked up on this, or at least the customs guys. I'm not using this today because I went to the mini mart on the corner and got some whole fresh milk. And I have a thermometer, and the spoon is used for measuring the milk, so we won't be using that today either. I have my sugar. Since the coffee making process can get a little bit messy, I like to put down some tissues, or most hotel rooms don't have any paper towels, so we'll keep it neat. So I also bring along my little tin cup. I'm not using that today either because this hotel room comes with coffee cups. So we'll measure the milk. Just bought a new carton last night. I'll fill it up almost halfway. And then I pour that into my empty baggie. You can see I'm off camera here, so you can't really see all I'm doing, but I'm just dragging the baggie over the edge of the counter to get the air out, kind of like a sous vide for milk. And then we put the coffee in the baggie in the boiler, okay? And we'll drop our, it won't work that way. So I'll just hold it. So I take the bag and bounce it a little bit. The water's already up to 160 degrees and climbing. These countries that have 220 power, they can get some hot water a lot quicker than we do. Just a little science factoid, if you double the voltage, you quadruple the power. So 150 watt heater in the US is going to be a 600 watt heater in the countries that have 220 volts. So I bounced that a little bit. I'm going to set it aside and pack the coffee maker. I'll pull that out in just a second. So we get our coffee. I take the bottom off of my coffee press. I'll take the top off as well. This has got a little piston in here. It's kind of hard to pull. So you put the water in here above that shower head. There's a rubber piston, or actually it's not rubber, it's probably silicone piston in there. So we'll pack this real quick. That milk's probably about ready. I'll pour it back into my cup. Bags get a little hot, so just got to be careful with them. I'll rinse that bag out. I take a few of them along with me, but I reuse them a bit. Go ahead and drop some sugar in there. Okay. Got a little milk in my measuring cup. So I just get a level measuring cup of the coffee. I put the portafilter upside down. Tap it on the counter a little bit. And then you use the measuring cup as a press to compress the coffee into the portafilter. I give it a pretty good squeeze, and I think the marketing guys wasted their money because I can't read their logo in there. Wipe off the excess around the rim. Then we mount the water receiver, make sure the gasket's in place. Set this water receiver on top of this little cup. Then we pour the water. Move this over just a little. There's some graduated lines that probably don't show up in the video on the side of here. I go nearly to the top. Mount the plunger on top, and then push like hell and squeeze against the handles. And there's still a little air in there, so you have to hang on to it for a bit, otherwise it'll spring back up on you. But one step I forgot, should have done it earlier, was frothing the milk. So we'll do that real quick. I like to have my milk froth completed just as I finish. You can see how quickly that frothed up. It's up almost to the top. Get a 50%, I guess that'd be 100% volume increase. Oh, made a mess. Okay. So we just unscrew this, just a part of a turn, and there's our espresso, a little bit of crema on the top. Drop that in. And I don't have a spoon here with me. I'll just put my mixer down in there and turn it on for a second to mix the espresso in. I don't do the latte art thing. Let's see how warm my milk is. It's already cooled down a bit. So 130 degrees, maybe 140 degrees. That's just about perfect. Top it off with a little bit of cinnamon. And you have a lovely espresso-based latte. This little espresso press is supposed to get up to 15 bars of pressure. That's about 220 pounds. It's a pretty good pressure increase. So that's it. Coffee on the road.